Us.
Don't assume other people
Because
must
we
be
will
like
come
you.
for you.
We leave you alone. We don't care. I leave you.
Hello, Sunny Bonani, and hey, it's your girl Busi here. And today,
The topic will be
the top 10 myths about interracial relationships.
that took 10 takes to say.
Shit.
Myth number 1: interracial relationships are helping solve the issues of racism.
When people see us or interracial couples and they're like, you guys are helping like solve racism, and I'm saying like, how, Sway? During slavery, we know like interracial couples were a thing. That didn't solve racism. In South Africa, during apartheid, interracial couples were a thing. That didn't help solve racism. So where in the history of man have interracial couples helped solve racism?
Not some convenient pawn in your narrative.
So stop using us to be like, yeah, things are getting better. Look at those interracial couples. Like, things aren't getting better because two people of like a different race are making out. Myth number 2: being in an interracial relationship exempts you from racism.
Just the fact that you're part of an interracial relationship doesn't mean that you're necessarily combating this structure, that you're not reinforcing the structure.
Or even as a person, never mind the structure, as an individual doesn't mean you're not racist. You finding someone black attractive or sleeping with a black person, dating them, doesn't exempt you from racism, because some people like to see that one black person as the exception to the rule, and so they can happily be with that one person but still have their racist views and
The
opinions.
same way you can have a bunch of black friends or whatnot and
still be racist.
Myth number 3: our families don't care. They don't see race.
Okay, so this one applies to every single human being on earth. No one does not see race. Like, it may not matter in a negative way, so that's fine, but it does still matter. It's still like a difference. Your family might not be like, oh my god, you can't date a white person, or oh my god, you can't date a black person or an Indian person or whatever. But it still does make a difference. And for people to negate that or make it seem as if it doesn't matter is just a lie. And we see you, like all those other interracial couples we saw, like, our families don't care. Like,
You're still gonna have your prejudices even if you can't see them. The best thing you can do is to accept them and not act as
if they don't exist. Because then that kind of like blinds you to some of the things that you may say that are offensive. Myth number 4: you only date outside of your race because you fetishize that race or see them as better. People assume when you're in an interracial relationship that you're dating the person because they're white or because they're black.
Let's not be naive. Some people
Yeah, some
date
people
attributes and are into that and are pursuing that.
Yeah, I think for people to be like, oh, I only date girls with big booties or whatever, that is literally you fetishizing an aspect of that person. And are you dating the girl, the soul of the human being, or are you dating the booty, you know? And people are like, I only date white guys or I only date black girls. That is you fetishizing something and making it like the key attribute in what you date.
Myth number 5: you can't find a person within your race. This is similar as the previous one and has the same. It's
kind of,
toxic
like,
in the same way.
It's usually the race that is perceived as being the dominant race, so usually white people. They think that the white people can't find a partner within their own race and therefore they like downgrade. Or, I mean, for me, I can find a lot of people, but I chose Frederick because Frederick's the best and I love him. And so myth number 6: one partner has to be super into the other culture in order for it to work.
Surely when you're dating someone who has a very different background than you or different than you in other ways, it requires some extra will to compromise or to understand which other one is coming from.
If you want to make a relationship work, we hope to have children someday in like far, like not now, like distant, far away.
I planned a date, but we'll come back to that later.
Okay, so we want to have children, and therefore I obviously want my children to speak isiZulu, and obviously he would want our children to speak Norwegian. So I think it's necessary for us to learn each other's languages so we can communicate with our children better. But I don't think that one person has to be like, yo, my nigga, in order for a relationship to work.
Myth number 7: our kids are guaranteed to be super cute.
Like, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry. This one gets to me. Oh my god, your kids are gonna be so cute. Have kids right now. And I'm like, first of all, you're gonna pay for my kids? Like, are you gonna like support us? And also, second of all, how do you know? Just for the sake of being children. Children are not cute just because they're mixed. Because some kids on YouTube, I mean, let's just be honest. So many other friends in relationships and no one says your kids are gonna be so cute. It's because cute, but I have no guarantee just because I'm black and he's white that our kids are gonna be cute. So stop it. Like, literally stop fetishizing our kids.
This is
By a fetishizer. That's all. Our kids are going to be so confused or, you know, so bullied.
Why?
First of all, I didn't raise no punk ass kid. My kids are not going to be bullied. And confused as your parents are, like, honestly, and I'm not confused. Ngazazi, I know who I am. Fred knows who he is.
Kids can also be, yes, and kids can also be bullied for a multitude of reasons.
For being losers. Sorry. Kids can be bullied for, like...
Usually, it's not the kid's fault that it's being bullied.
Yeah, it's the shit kids that are bullies. Like, all you other people that don't have interracial kids, raise your kids right so our kids won't be bullied then.
Exactly.
Do the right thing.
if you're the type of person who says your kids are gonna be bullied,
it means you're raising bully kids.
Exactly. You're the problem, your kids are gonna be the
Yeah,
issue.
but I don't think that a kid should have to feel lost in this world because they come from two different racial, like, groups, when kids that come from different, like, cultural groups aren't bullied. So...
And there are 9. The cultural difference is too great for this to work out.
Yeah, cultures that are from different sides of the world that are more similar than two cultures that are from the same, like, country or region. Like, I think that South Korean culture and Zulu culture is far more similar than perhaps Zulu culture and, like, Venda culture. And those cultures are like two black cultures from the same country. Or maybe Zulu people and Jamaicans. Like, I see a Jamaican and a Zulu person like intermixed rather than a Zulu person and a South Korean person, even though the cultures are more similar, because it just looks more normal to them than more kind of differences within the races than there are outside of the races. Just saying.
And even if you feel like you need to date someone who resembles you a lot, that doesn't make that true for other people.
Yeah.
Don't assume other people
because
must
we
be like
will
you.
come for you.
We leave you alone. We don't care. I'll leave you alone.
I'm gonna come. And you will come with me.
Yeah, but I'll watch at a distance. This is not my fight.
Okay. Number 10. Just because I'm dating a white guy, it does not mean I can find you a white boyfriend or a white girlfriend. I'm not Tinder. I'm not Match.com. I'm not Aibo. Listen, like, I'm not that person. Listen, I'm not pimp. You're not paying me. No one's paying me. I'm not gonna find your partner. Like, come on.
So obviously not. And even if true, let's just assume if it was true, which is it not. Even if it's true that I have now a large database of black women ready to available for my friends who feel like fetishizing some black person.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pair you up with you.
Yeah, because you just want them because they're that race or whatever, and that's not okay because you're not looking for an actual relationship. You're looking to fetishize them. If someone came to me, which they have, and like, oh, find me a white person. No. Like, literally, no, because you're not dating them. You're not looking for that person specifically. You're looking for a white person, and you just want to test them out. You you want to test drive a car, and when you're done, what then? No, I'm not me.
I said no already.
Should we do?
Look, working interracial relationships.
Yeah, some of them actually do work, believe it or not.
And if they fail, it's not because you're preconceived issues.
Unless the people got into the relationships for the wrong reasons to begin with. Then yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
And leave a comment below.
Yeah, do so. We're gonna do a Q&A. And
yeah, if you have any questions, we have answers.
we don't have all of the answers, but we have some of them. Most of them.
But you guys certainly have all of the questions.
Bye!